In this video, we're going over the local lead generation business model in 2021. I get a lot of questions about, does this model still work? And absolutely, yes, it does. It's still alive. It's still thriving. We actually are building more and more local lead generation websites and GMBs out. That is still part of one of my business models when it comes to digital real estate. You hear me talk a lot about digital real estate. That's what I like to invest in, and starting to diversify even more into other things, like in the future more YouTube channels, which is digital real estate, a couple affiliate blogs I got going on right now. So you hear me talk a lot about different things when it comes to investing in online businesses. So yes, local lead generation is actually alive and thriving. I'm actually meeting with a client next week that I have a partnership with where I generate leads, generate business, we get a percentage, and when he gives me that check, maybe I'll actually post it on a YouTube story so you guys have some inspiration and motivation. There's different ways when it comes to local lead generation. Some people use Facebook advertisement, paid advertisement, YouTube ads, and also pay-per-click, Google pay-per-click. And parts of our business we do use that stuff, but what I'm talking specifically about is using local SEO to rank Google My Businesses and websites in the search engines for certain keywords that are targeted that generate phone calls and inbound leads that turn into jobs for your local service provider that is your client. Now, this skill set alone is great because not only can you build your rank and rent portfolio is what we call it, or your local lead portfolio, but you can also use this skill to sell to people. We also have local clients that just pay us a retainer every month to maintain their website rankings and to add new keywords, right, and get them ranking to get more clients for themselves. So it's a great skill to have, and that is why I love this approach and this business model. Now, a couple key important things when it comes down to this business model is the niche that you select or niche that you select and the location. That's really very important. Now, through this whole pandemic too, I've actually noticed that some of our clients actually had more leads than ever, especially if it's in the essential or emergency type of home service providers. They actually are doing very well through this. Now, with that said, I also want to be very transparent. We've also had some clients, and I think one lead gen website that actually flatlined because of this whole pandemic. And they were in the event business, and as you know, you were not able to have events and parties, and when you're in that type of business, you're going to suffer through this. So we did have a loss in that space, but at the same time, we saw a good increase in our contractors and our home service providers that were doing emergency services. There were a lot of people home getting work done, believe it or not, and anything that was essential, they actually had increase in leads. So they're doing very well. So yes, it's still alive and thriving. It just comes down to positioning yourself organically in the search engine. So if you're new to my channel, I'm James Cook. I talk about digital real estate investing, online investing from experience. If you like that type of content, definitely click the subscribe button so you don't miss any of my weekly videos. I always try to add a lot of value. So the way we're approaching this with the local SEO, I know some of my subscribers already understand this. I'm actually going to throw up a couple screenshots right now of some of our rankings, our local rankings, and some of our businesses that actually are making us some money. And actually we're in the process of one business right now we're trying to get a new client for. And this is what's great about this business model. We had a GMB and a website starting to rank in a small city, and it started generating leads. And we quickly started doing our outreach, and we found a client for it. And what we noticed though, they paid us, they started taking some of the leads. We started off just on a pay per lead type of deal, about $50 a lead. So we made about $500, and then we noticed that they weren't even able to handle all the leads. They were a smaller company. Even though they said they wanted them, they were missing a lot of phone calls, and you have to have these type of processes and systems in place, because the truth is you do face this type of stuff. I know everyone tries to make it sound easy. You do this, this, and this. Now, it can be easy with the right systems and also being very transparent and finding the right client. This guy, obviously, we made money and we were already ranking, so it was 100% profit, and that's what's great about this style of lead generation, but he wasn't the right client. So now we just did some outreach and we got a really great phone call back, and we have a meeting on Monday with someone where we're going to actually try to turn them into either a $500 to about $1,000 a month type of client because I believe that that's what this site is worth. And then from there, if everything goes well and he's the right client, we can have a long-term relationship that is a win-win. We want it to be a win-win. We want them to be profitable and we want ourselves to be profitable. But the beauty about it is when these sites are ranking and they go through our local SEO process, they're stapled there. It's organic. There's not much more money that we have to invest. There's some sites that I have out there that I haven't touched in years and they still are generating leads. Now, every now and then, if you start seeing it slip, maybe you want to build some links. But the best thing is the maintenance is low cost as opposed versus paid advertisement like PPC, which is still great if you could dial it in, or Facebook ads, which is still great, but you have to pay for ads ongoing over and over. So I believe local SEO is one of the most powerful things when it comes to building a local lead generation business. One of the most important elements, and there's a lot of questions around this, is the GMB portion because it is very powerful. I think GMBs that are optimized are one of the most important things and one of the most powerful things when it comes to your local lead gen business model using organic rankings. And I'm going to make other videos around GMB, like what to do if your GMB was suspended, what do we do, what are the steps we do, how to optimize your GMB and actually tie it in with your site, what helps the GMB to rank, all that stuff. I just wanted to mention that is one of the most important things. And if you are interested in those videos, definitely click to subscribe so you don't miss any of the notifications when those videos come out. But that is part of our strategy. We first will do some research on niche and location. We find a domain, we buy it, we get hosting, we build out the site, we optimize the site on page, make sure it's super optimized. We start building trust with certain links, we let it age a little bit, and then we start hitting it with more power and relevancy. And then from there, once we see that we're ranking and we start seeing our calls come in through our call tracking, that's when we will start our outreach through email and through phone calls and start finding and prospecting the right client that can actually take these leads and make it a win-win situation. So we're investing in this piece of digital real estate in the local market, getting it up and ranking, Google My Business and the website, and then from there turning it into profits every month by finding the right client that wants to either rent it out or pay for every single phone call that we generate them. So many of you were asking about local lead generation. That's why I made this video, but more importantly, I want you to also leave your questions because I cover a lot of stuff already about local lead generation, and then I also have a course where me and my team really focused and we're building some really incredible systems for our students in that, and that's where I focus most of the energy for it. But I do put out some videos here and there, but I feel like I covered a lot of stuff. So if there is anything specific that you want me to cover or answer, please put those questions down below so I know moving forward what type of videos around local lead generation I can actually make that you will find valuable, that will help you. Because again, I invest a lot in different forms of digital real estate. I'm on my 4th affiliate website that we're investing in, testing different things. So I have that going on. I'm planning on launching another YouTube channel next year. So I have all these moving parts plus trainings going on. So it's very important that you actually communicate back to me when it comes to local lead gen, what you want to know about local SEO, and I can make those videos on those topics for you. So I hope this painted an overall picture that local lead generation is alive, it is thriving in 2021. We are still doing it. We have outreach going on. We have another meeting on Monday for one of our local lead gen websites to get that either rented out or to start selling the leads to a contractor. It is, in my opinion, one of the best places to start earning money and build a real skill set that not only can you build some assets that you own, but also if you know any other local business owners that you can just start working for them and generating some cash on a monthly retainer and really actually help this business grow, generate them more customers and clients. Because when you can offer this skill and you know what you're doing, once you are ranking, believe me, for the right terms, their phone will ring, their lead forms will be filled out. So I hope you found some value in this. Don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe if you have not yet, and definitely any type of questions you have or any topics you want me to cover, please put them down below in the comment section, and I will see you in the next video.